We are getting ready to start the chat. Some of you have one-on-one chats this week, so I'm not expecting you to be in this chat. There are a few things that we're going to talk about that we didn't go over, and we're going to talk about stuff that I did go over, but some of you weren't able to get to that chat. One of the things we're going to talk about is the Sapphire Position Coding email that you guys have to get into Sapphire Teams. The Sapphire Teams is where your folders are. This is in addition to me sending you the docs through Google Drive. So this is only your backup. You don't need to go here if it's not necessary. If you are someplace and you don't have your files, you don't have your computer, you can always go in Teams. When you go in here, I don't want you to move anything around in here because other people are viewing the folders. Okay. If you go in a folder and you can't open it, if you go in a folder, if you attempt to go in a folder and you try and open it, that means that somebody else has it open. Okay. So you'll have to just wait until they close the folder. Okay. Or you can shoot them an email. You have all your classmates' emails in the team. So you can, don't be afraid to contact your peers and let them know it's right. They know you're their peers. They see it in Teams. So and we're just gonna wait a few more minutes and then I'm gonna move on. So part of the Teams video that we did last week, we were talking about the chats and how you guys get in there. So when I send you the email, it will say change your password. Okay. Change your password because that's the only way you're going to get in. Okay. So if you are attempting to get in and you cannot get in, just let me know and I'll reset the password. So I think all of you were able to get in. I haven't gotten an email back from you guys to say you guys have not been able to get in. So let me know if you're not able to get in. But in this chat, you guys come in because if it's stuck and you can't get in, let me know. I'll go ahead and reset it. So if you get the email, you'll have your long Sapphire Position coding email. And in that email, you're going to reset the password. Go into Teams, use your Sapphire Position coding email and your password that you made, and you will get into the Sapphire Teams. Okay. The first Teams that you have, that's just your regular Teams. You can use your email to get in there, XYZ, and then that's how you're able to get to the chats. Okay. So that's fine. But the one that I'm going to send you, that's how you get in the Sapphire Teams. So I'm just going to repeat it. When you guys go in there and look at those files, you can look at whatever you want. You can even download if you want to. So I don't have it restricted where you guys, where you guys can't download. So just, download anything if you need to. Or if you can't, let me know. Let me know. I'll send it to you Google Drive. So you guys know everything you get it on Google Drive anyway. But, again, this is just your backup. Okay. Somebody asked me about chat time. So when we do the chat, when I'm waiting for Janice to come in. When she comes, we're gonna move over to. I'm gonna share my screen with you. I'm gonna show you how you know when the last chat was in there. It's basically by date. You're gonna look on the modified time and the date, and that's just gonna tell you when the last chat was done. But mine's is color coded. You guys is on that end. I don't think it's color coded, but I made sure I typed chat in the front so you guys can see it. So I just did it. So don't say, Miss Lambert, I didn't see it yesterday, but you see it now because I just did it. Okay. So we're gonna go over. We just finished Sapphire email. We're gonna do it again because I need to do it again when one of your peers comes in. The medical bill and medical terminology, task summary, keep your task summary at 200. Some of you sending me summaries, 500, 600. I'll be reading all night, just 200. Okay, and don't forget to put the heading up there because I've got to know what chapter you're doing. Okay, put the date up there, put the title up there, and go ahead and do your summary. Just give me a title, let me know you have your summary. You don't have to do APA style or anything like that. That's okay. Okay, I'm not checking for spelling and all that kind of stuff. I'm checking for knowledge. I'm checking to see if you have deciphered the chapter that you just read. Okay, that's what I'm checking for. Okay. So we're going to go through the checkoff sheet and the what's the other sheet? The other sheet that I have for you guys is a data sheet. So the data sheet is where I want you to keep up with your work. So that data sheet is the same as your student checkoff sheet. It's just different things in there. It has everything in there. Okay. So keep up with your data sheet. Your summary is also there. So when you do your summary, just check it off that you did. Okay. Because I have the same thing on my end. I know who's done it and whose summary I'm waiting on. So don't forget, if you guys upload your task, you can send it to me through email. That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna send it back in the file. I'm gonna send it back in the file. Your file is in Teams. Let me know if you can't get into your file. I think somebody told me that they couldn't get into their file or they couldn't see what was in their file. I'll send it to you through Google Drive too. But yeah, I'm gonna put it in your folder. Everybody has a folder in there, so don't dig it in everybody else's folder. Nothing in there, just test in there. So the other person shouldn't see anything in your folder. But you guys are all doing the same thing. But don't go in anybody else's folder. Uh, because it's for everybody. Okay, I don't want to restrict everybody, from certain folders, but just stay in your folder. Okay. So okay, so that was testing files. Okay, but you guys know I'm gonna repeat. I repeat. So what time is it now? Okay, so I'm gonna wait till 10 after before I start going into the medical billing and medical terminology. But I wanted to make sure that you guys understood that because there's going to be tests in there. That's all that's in there. Those files that you see in there that have your name on it, and this is the new semester. This is the new students I'm talking to, not the students that are already in here. You guys have a whole different teams. So this has nothing to do with you guys. Those students that are in this class on the third session, those are the only students that you see there. The other students you do not see because that's a different section. Okay. So, but you guys work together. You guys work together. You guys know if you call me, I'm gonna get back to you. Or if you teams me, I'm getting right back to you. But again, just you guys can contact each other if you get stuck, especially when we get ready to do the core courses, because you're probably going to get stuck on that. So during that time, we'll have we'll have chat longer. We'll have chat longer. But some of you are having struggling a little bit with going through Teams and getting your files. So we just want to make sure that you're on the right track. Okay, you're doing medical terminology. Make sure that when you read the chapter, you do the task. I don't need the exercises that are in the book. The exercises are for your benefit. So I want you to do that for your benefit. I am not grading that because that gives you extra work. Okay. I am grading the task. The task that I send you, I'm talking about medical terminology. Medical billing, I'm talking to you too. Okay. The coders, those of you who are doing medical billing, I'm talking to you. Okay. Medical terminology, you do the chapter, read your chapter. and then do the task. You can do the task and read the chapter at the same time. However you do it. I have students that they work however they want to. Just get the right answer. Just get it right. Read so that you can take in the medical terminology. Okay. Each test on medical terminology should be 50 questions. So just make sure you do all of them before you return it back to me. Okay, it's 10 after. I'm going to keep it moving. So just make sure that you do all of them. If you're going to print them out, I'm okay with that. You can print them out and scan. Some of you guys have printers with the scanner. That's fine. If you have like the PDF and you can write on it, that's fine too. You can send me that. That's fine. So you don't have to print. Okay. Because that's the best way to do it. Because if you do a lot of print, you're gonna be printing a lot, and you're gonna that's too much. Just use the PDF. Um, I don't think you need that extra, that extra program that you need to buy, because I've done that, where you don't need that, and I don't think it's necessary. So that's how you're gonna do that. Medical billing, billers, same thing. You do medical billing. If you have your medical billing book, okay, no, I told y'all to go to Thrifts, or you can go to, you can go to Amazon. You can go to, Evolve, Elsevier. I'm still working on ebooks, so don't single out that. Just make sure you get your book, okay? Because you can't start on medical terminology without your book. Medical terminology, medical billing. So in retrospect to that, I want y'all to, just take notes. When you guys are in this chat, just take notes. Take notes. When you guys are archiving this chat, take notes. Okay, so that's medical. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna share my screen with y'all in a few minutes. I just want to get a couple of things going before we get in there. So again, the task, keep the task at 200. So I'm about the task summary. Keep the task summary at 200. Your regular tasks, open up your PDF and just start typing on that. Okay. We're going to talk about the student checkoff list. Let's talk about that. That is the list where you guys can put your grades in. I'm gonna switch my screen. I'm gonna wait 3 more minutes, and then I'm gonna switch over. That's where you guys are gonna put your grades in. Okay, your activity log, that has everything in it. All of your courses are there, your coding courses, your step-by-step courses. They are all there, okay? And you can use that data sheet to record everything that you do, okay? So it is the same sheet that I use to record what you do. Mine is just a little bit bigger and more in depth, but you have a prodigy of my same record that I keep of you when you are in chat, when I send you email, when we do one-on-one, that stuff is in there. And don't forget, I got one-on-ones with a couple of you guys tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna send y'all reminders to make sure y'all make it to your one-on-one. And again, if you guys don't make archive, no problem. We can do one-on-one. Okay, so yeah, I want you guys to see this sheet. So I'm gonna go ahead and move over so we can look at the sheet. And I've got the door open, so nobody has to wait into the lobby. I can see you guys when you come in. But when you first come in, mute. Don't, you know, mute yourself, and then I want you to type in, okay. So because this is live, okay, and sometimes you got some of y'all come in and you listen. Every time we do Wednesday and Saturday, I am recording this. So I have had 1 or 2 recordings where maybe 3 where I couldn't even put out there because you guys are at home, and I can't put that out there. So when you come in, put yourself on mute. Put yourself on mute when you first come in, okay? So I'm gonna move over so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So this is a completion sheet that I'm looking at, and I'm just going to add the device. I'm going to add the device so that y'all can see what I'm looking at. Okay, and y'all still can hear me. So those of you who are coming in, put yourself on mute, okay? Because we're already in, and I don't want you guys to get anything. Okay, device settings. Okay. So we've got the recording started over here, but I've got to go ahead and switch over. But what we're going to do in the meantime, while it's still loading, pull your books out. Pull your books out. You guys got the electronic version, right? Pull that out, and we're going to talk about that too. I'm talking about your medical terminology book. And the sheet that I'm talking about that I want you to pull up is your activity sheet. So sign into your Sapphire Teams so that you can look at the same thing that I'm looking at. All right, let me see what's wrong with this, why it's not coming up. You should be looking at the same thing I'm looking at. You should be looking at the same thing that I'm looking at. What's wrong? Okay, so I think that's what it was. I think we just had to open up that camera there. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we should be in because I just knocked out from over there. Okay, so we're finally in. You guys type in. Let me know if you can see this. Let me know if you. I don't know which side you guys can see it on, but I got you on both sides. Let me see if this mouse is moving from over there over here. Okay, so I've got to move it from this one. So this is your activity log sheet. You guys can see that it's pretty much self-explanatory. The only thing that's different from the checkoff sheet is that your checkoff sheet has your medical terminology, medical billing, that's on there. This has everything, your CPC, your MIB, all of your courses are here. Your core courses are at the end. See that? They're at the end. I'm scrolling on a different computer, so that's why this one is kind of catching up. Okay. So you've got medical terminology, medical insurance billing, okay? Your ICD-10, your CPT. Those are the courses that show you what to do, how to do ICD-10, how to do CPT, how to navigate through your course, okay? So you see this last one, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. I'm just counting up. That's part of your core courses, okay? When you get to that part, that's when you need your CPC, okay? So let me see if you can get what, you're where I'm at. Okay, so cardiology, okay? That's your CPC, okay? Digestive, that's your CPC. You guys can make this bigger. I'm looking at this site on the iPad, so it's kind of small for me, so I have to look at it on another screen. But you guys can make your screen bigger, okay? And you guys see where it says, session start date, class summary, view lecture video. You see, this is how you're keeping up with your courses. This is how you're keeping up what you're doing. Instructor one-on-one, you can put the date over there, end chapter date, that's when you finish that chapter. Okay, so if you want to do that, you can. Okay, but I want you to keep a record of what you're doing. So my record is the same thing. The only difference is it's just more stuff on there. But this will help you to navigate through your course. Okay, so this is the activity sheet. Okay, medical insurance billing. You guys will see medical insurance billing first because normally I do the medical insurance billing first in a physical school. So this is my same rubric that I teach in a regular school, that I taught in regular school. So that's why it's medical billing first and then medical terminology, because the school already had the books. So that's why I just kind of left it like that. But you guys know I always tell you go ahead and do medical terminology. When you finish with that, by then you should have your medical insurance billing book. Okay. So again, that's what this is. Okay, it's student course activity completion sheet. Okay, so when I say activity completion, you are documenting what you've already done. That's what you're doing. You're documenting what you've already done. Okay, so and this helps you to remember, what you're doing. You're not gonna forget, what you're doing or what you did. Okay. So the other sheet I want you to look at is your checkoff sheet. When you're doing medical terminology, because that's what you're starting off with, right? And a lot of you are working independent. I don't mind. You guys can work independent. I have students that have bought the program from Ecstasy. Am I saying it right? And Shopify. On Ecstasy and Shopify, I sell the programs, just the courses. I sell just courses. And some of those people, I just do kind of like a one-on-one with them. They really are already in coding or billing. So some people go online and just purchase the program like that. And somebody asked me about the flash drive. That's when I send them a flash drive. That's when I send flash drive. I don't send flash drives to you guys who have joined the program, the full program. Okay, you guys are doing the full program with me. Okay, okay, so let's open up the checkoff and see if it opens. Okay, so I see so many in there. So here is the checkoff. Let's see if it loaded correctly. And again, you guys have access to this. It is in Teams. This is the same stuff that I send you. Uh, you might see this in your orientation packet, things like this, in the activity sheet and record sheet in your orientation packet. But let's keep it moving. So this is your checkoff sheet. You see the first one says use your language of medicine book, chapter 1, basic word structure. Date tested, test score. When did you take your task? Put the score in here that I gave you. Okay, same thing. Same thing down the line. That's your medical office book right here. Okay, same thing. And the whole sheet is the same. Everything that you're taking in your course, other than the core courses for the CPC. Okay, step by step in here. The date you took that task and what your score was. Okay, I'll have notes down here for you guys. Make sure you read those notes because I always put some type of clue down there for you. Okay, so this is where you record this at. Record your work. Okay. Your other sheet, your activity sheet just has a lot more. Okay. But again, this is up to you and how you're going to use it. Because I want you to make sure you keep record of what you're doing. Let's go over this. I didn't have this on here because we did this already. And then we'll go over a little bit of medical bill and medical terminology. I always go over. See, it's 30 minutes again. So I'm gonna look into this real quick. Hold on. I don't want you guys to see schedule looks like. Okay, I know you guys seen it already, but you guys have 2 sessions. Okay, you have a 20-week and you have the 40-week. Okay, the 20-week. Remember the sheet. I know I got to go over it again because I got to make sure that you guys. I gotta make sure you guys got this right. There's two of the syllabuses in there. It says hours, theory, and practice. There's one of these also in the larger orientation. Okay, I just pulled it out. It's part of your syllabus. Okay, this tells you what's in your course, what you're going to do. My information is there. Okay, how do you do Google? How do we do discussion board? You got discussion board is everything. How many I put you that discussion board? This is your competency description. Okay. This is your competency description. I don't know what happened. We just blacked out, but we came back. Everybody back in? Okay. It's raining bad outside, so maybe that's why. Okay, so just make sure you guys look at this. This is this is 20 weeks. This is 150 hours. Okay, the 150 hours is broken down. Okay, it's broken down. Okay, it's broken down. Just read it. Make sure you make time and read it. Let's look at the 40-week. This just has the 40-week syllabus. That's all it is. Okay, the syllabus has everything in it. I just pulled this out of the syllabus. These are the weeks. Who went over the weeks with me? I forgot. That's now me. You went over this. But I put this. This is the one I had to. This video I couldn't post it. So that's why I'm just kind of redoing this. The weeks are split. Look, see, the weeks are split. 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, right? Okay. And this is a longer version. This is a longer version, one that you had. Okay. That's up to you. Started on a 20-week schedule. Okay. If you started on a 20-week schedule and you feel like you need more, it's okay. You can do more. Okay. But you have to let me know because I have to know what I'm looking for from you. And then I'll have to change your. Okay. So, it's the gist of that. Okay. I'm not sure why I keep blacking out, but I think I keep blacking out. But again, all this stuff in this file, you guys can get to. Okay, you guys can get to. As you can see, my files are color coded, and I looked in one of the students' files, and you guys, yours is not. But I want you to just take heed to what I put in here. If you look at this one, you see how I put chat at the end. I put that in there so you guys can first see that. Boom, this is a chat. Okay. Did we look at that already? You see this one. The other one is just shorter. That's all. The other one is just short. I'm just popping it up real quick because I don't know if we went through this one or not. It's two different ones. That's why this one is the 40-week. Okay. I gotta go in there and make sure it's not double because I saw the 20-week twice. So you guys can see the hours. You know that this is the 300 hours. 2.5 hours a day should be enough for you guys to finish your course. All right. So don't cram. Monday through Friday. Don't cram. Okay. So I'm just going down the line. So you got to see AA, BB, CC. When the letters change, the course change. Okay. These courses should have a chat. The medical billing has an introductory chat. Medical terminology has an introductory chat. Make sure you look at it. ICD-10 has an introductory chat. Make sure you look at it. CPT has an introductory chat. Make sure you look at it. Okay. Those chats tell you how to navigate through the CPT, how to navigate through ICD-10. Okay, so when we do start going through it, I want you guys to make sure that you're understanding what we're looking at. Let me see if we can look at this. You guys should have this already. I don't know if you guys looked at this yet, but when we go over some of the courses, you'll see them in this type of format. Okay, you see them in this format. We don't need to go over this one because they'll look like that. I mean, that's my bio that's just pulled up, but that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, so let me open this one. Let's see if what I'm looking at opens. I have to go through some of them. Some of them look like they're out of whack. So this is like the medical terminology, objective, and the summary. Um, you guys will see this in the video. Watch the video because the video has me going over what you guys see in here. Okay, and what's in here is pretty much how the class is structured. That's what's in here, how the class is structured. Okay, there's an objective at the beginning of every course. Every course has an objective. All of it is not in PDF. Some of it I do have it live for you guys because you have to open some of it. Like the activity sheet, it's not in PDF because I know you guys need to write on it. That's fine. Okay. DD again. And these are examples of, you know, things that you're going to use in a classroom. And this is primarily, let me see, can I get in? This is pretty much, we're going to go over this, but again, you guys have this already. Okay. If you have the CPT and ICD-10, it should be in your file already. If it's not, let me know. The whole thing won't be in there. You just have certain parts that are in there, but you can always go through the files and take a look at this. This is something that we're going to go over, you know, as it relates to, you know, EHR. You know, this is not just for medical billing. So billers, this is not just for you. Coders, this is for both of y'all. Some of you have never seen, you know, an EHR before. You know, some of you are working in Athena, some of you are working in Myers Tiger, some of you in, you know, IDX or Epic. This is just Greenway. The teaching one, I think I spoke to somebody the other day. She's using, was it Meditech? Meditech or another one that she's using, which they have a special one that's for just a teaching program. But, you know, I want you guys to look through this. Okay. And this is pretty much going to show you, you know, how you use the EHR. All EHRs are not the same, but once you learn one, you know what you're going to be looking for in that EHR system. Okay. So again, every time you see something that looks like you need to put data in, one system and the other system will be the same. You're going to remember, okay? And that's going to take experience as you continue to work in your field, as you continue to work in medical terminology, medical billing, in the doctor's office, in the hospital. You're going to pretty much get used to that, okay? Some of you already working in the front desk now that you already know the front desk part. But in the EHR system, that's all you know. But there's a lot more parts to that EHR system, okay? The coding portion that they use is nothing like what you use in the front. Okay. Like the coders, yeah, I'm just kind of navigating through so you can kind of see stuff. The coders, they do not have access to what you do, and you don't have access to what they're doing. Okay. They have to call the front for you guys to change a patient's insurance, unless the charge entry person is doing it. She probably has access to do it. The charge entry person, who's the charge entry person? Person who's putting the codes in. We should get those codes from, or he. She making up those codes, right? He's getting them from the doctor. Because, like I told you guys before, the hardest part that you're gonna do is take your exam. That's the hardest part that you're gonna do, medical billing. Medical billing, medical coding, CPB, certified professional bill, or your CPC. The hardest part is taking your exam. When you finish, that's the easy part because they have so many tools for you to use, when you get ready to start working in there. So I'm just picking an ICD-10 real quick. So in ICD-10, when you this for the billing too. In ICD-10, when you guys start doing the ICD-10, read this first. Everything has an overview and an objective. The ICD-10 is going to tell you how to code. It's going to tell you about the guidelines. It's going to tell you about different things that are in here that you need to know. So just make sure that you do read this. Most of this is in the PowerPoint, the video that I already did. And it's the overview, just letting you know what you're going to be doing, what to expect, XYZ. So you guys can see this file is 0 down billing. Then I have an implementation record. I don't know if we went over that, but I'll do that in a second. That's another record. When you finish reading your book or you do your work book, drop it in here. Check, check, check. That's all it is. Put it in a file. I give you all kind of stuff to make sure you guys keep up with what you're doing. So you see, this is ICD-10 CM code step 3. This is just saying what else you will be doing. Level of detail in coding. Okay. When you guys are coding, just make sure that you're coding in depth. You're not up to this portion yet. I'm just giving you a quickie on this. Most of you in the new session are still working on medical terminology. I just wanted to give you a little tit tat on, the ICD-10, because you're gonna need your books for that. Somebody asked me about the ebooks. Yeah, you could get your ebook for that, but not for your test. Okay. Um, this is the chat right here. I don't want to open it because you guys should have already archived that chat. And in medical billing, if you guys go into medical billing, you guys can see all that stuff in here. Let's do this one. Even though we did this one, well, that was the video. I don't know if you guys can get that one because I didn't put that video out there. But this is part of medical billing, and it's just telling you what medical billing is about, the revenue cycle, the front end, the back end. It's just giving you a couple of things that goes on in that department. Identify 4 types of information collected during pre-registration. Okay, so this is just a part of billing. I know you guys are doing medical terminology, but we're just kind of touching bases on this. Okay, and you guys can ask questions during this session. That's fine. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the question. Mhm, mhm. Okay. Yeah, you need your medical billing book for this. You also need your workbook. So the workbook, you have to do the workbook along with your tasks and medical billing. Yes. Yeah. So her question was, does she have to do the exercises in the medical billing book? Yeah, I want you guys to do that. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. You could print this out if you want to. I mean, I don't know why, but you can. I mean, it's, whatever you think is going to help you to retain this work, we want you to do it. Okay? We want you to do it. So we talked about the PQR for the physicians, right? PQRI. All right. And your tests and your book, because it's mostly your reading. It's mostly your reading. Okay? It's mostly your reading. Read your chapter and then your task. Okay? Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, same thing with the ebook. Same thing with the ebook. I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull the ebook up. I'll pull the ebook up in a second. Which one? The language of medicine? Because that's the only ebook I gave you. Okay. All right. So make sure you guys take a look at this. Okay. We talked about this in the video. Right. Supervisors have to make sure that this is in for the providers. Some providers participate and some providers don't. Remember? Right. Because it's the incentives. Right. Okay. Good. So you must have been on that last chat. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, watch all the chats. Watch all the chats. Even if you guys are not in, you guys know I still do the chats. I still do the chats. But sometimes, I'm not putting them in because some of you not ready for, you're here, but I can't have you guys on the live chat because I started it and then I totally forgot. So this right here is a claim form information sheet. This you are going to use to fill out the claim form. I know we're not doing medical billing yet, but I said that we're going to go over some things in medical billing. So there's a HIPAA sheet in here, HCFA, okay? Healthcare, right? Space, healthcare, because why? Right, we're not talking about the healthcare. That's a form. So it's health, space, care. If it's a facility, what is it? One word, healthcare. Good. So this is the fill-in. Okay, so everything here, find it on your HICPA. All right. So, and you know what? I'll put a fill-in one on here. I'll put a fill-in one on here. Where you guys can just kind of type on it. But I mean, you could always do it, type on it in PDF if you want to. But I'm gonna put a fill-in one on here. Okay. That's your HICPA. Okay. Let's see. Did I do one for UB? Which one is which? Which one is hospital? Which one is physician? That's a hospital claim. Sometimes you'll see it say UB 92. Okay. The revenue codes and everything go on this, right? You have one of these in your book to fill out. Okay. In your medical billing book. There's information on there to fill out. Yeah. The other one is a test. So, you got to practice in your medical billing book. All right. And don't forget the HCFA physician. Okay. That might be on your exam. They might ask you something like that. Okay. What time is it? See, I might need to make that longer. This is a Medicare 72-hour rule. Those who work in the hospital, make sure you check that. Everybody check that, not just you guys. Okay. This, I think, is enabled. When I say enabled, I mean I just made it so you guys can mess around with it. This is just an insurance sheet, and you see my name on it. I actually used it. Let me make sure there's nothing. Okay, so even if their web passwords, their passwords don't work. But I have one that just has everything across the board, or we have it in a queue, but some, girls do make these so that you can go in there and find which insurance you want to call. Okay, so that's why I just put this up here. Maybe this is slow because you guys are not seeing this yet. That's weird because you guys cannot see this. All right, so you see where it says insurance list? There it is. I guess this side's a little slower than that side. So this is how we make the data sheet for the insurances. Wherever you're going to work at, they're going to have something like this there pretty much. Most of the billers have their own, or you see the bills with a bunch of stuff, or there's a data sheet from faculty practice somewhere. Well, the faculty practice is something they call the billing office. That's off-site faculty practice. That's what we used to call it over in North Shore. I'm not sure what they call it now over there in North Shore. So, but here, 20, and there was the billing office. But I want you guys to just take a look at that. Something like that you will be creating. And you guys can create your own. Okay, you can mess around with it, create your own. Okay, so I'm sorry for network. Not sure what that means. I don't know what's going on over here. Okay, so I'm back. I gotta check my camera on the other side. That's why this one is blacking out, I think. So we have about 7 minutes in this. That was a little bit about the medical billing. The medical terminology. The medical terminology we go over all the time. This is the chat, but this has to change. The medical terminology we do talk about, but when we actually start, when I have the book and we start doing it, I want you guys to just take heed to some of the things that we're going to talk about. The file says BB medical terminology. This is slow on this side for some strange reason. But next time I'm going to make sure I test it before we pop the scrap. My iPad actually never does that. I don't know what's wrong with the laptop. I can't get the video going over it. Don't worry about that. I'm trying to see if it's going to take a minute to move over. Because right now I am on the language of medicine book. Okay, so that's the language of medicine book that everyone has. Okay, the brand new one, the 12th edition, 11th edition, it's the same thing. I have the 11th edition here. This one's the 10th edition. It is the same thing. All they do is just change the pictures. Medical terminology never changes. Okay, and they add more stuff. Okay, so this is your electronic version. I don't suggest you buy one. I wouldn't buy one. No, I wouldn't buy one if you want to. But you're going to, again, same thing with medical billing. Read the chapter. Read the chapter. Do the task. The task that I created. Okay. They are in this chapter. Okay. I'm just going to close that out. It might take a minute for you guys to see that. Okay, so let's go down. I don't know. This is a medical terminology. Brain reason. Okay, so you guys should see what I see now. Um, I don't know what that is. Okay, so this is your medical terminology task. Okay, that I have given you to do. Okay, basic word structure. You read the chapter, you do basic word structure. Okay, do your test. After you have completed this, you will do your summary because you will know more. You will know more. You can pop, do your summary in your own words. Okay. I have checked OB scores before. Uh, Don't copy, because I got an OV score app that is going to tell me if you're typing in word for word. Okay. So, I haven't used it yet, but just try to do your summary in your own words. Okay. Try to do something in your own words. Right. Because we don't want to have plagiarism across the board. Okay. We want to try to make sure we don't use it. If you do, make sure you use quotations. Make sure you put where you got it from. Okay. If I pull something from CPT, I put CPT. If I pull something from AAPC, I put aapc.com. Okay. That's called citation. So that's in-text citation. Okay. And that's how we do it in APA. You have to record where you get stuff from. Nobody say you can't do it. You just have to make sure you give the person credit where the work actually came from. Okay. So these tests are for you. Okay. And these tests were generated for you. Okay. So make sure you do them. Okay. I have several. I made one the other day that was specific to CPT. You have several for CPT, but there was one that I need to make as it relates to surgery guidelines. So I did make one for that. Okay. So I'm just hitting bases on this. Okay. You should have 50 questions. All right. I know I got 2 minutes. Okay. All right. I'm gonna clock out of here. So, again, there should be 22 tests in here for medical terminology. Okay. You have to know how to decipher the body. When you take your CPC, you need to know something. They're going to give you a couple of questions on this. It won't just be coding. They'll have some open and closed questions on there. I wanted to go over the longer CPC test. Um, I'm just gonna snap this in real quick, only because I was working on it. So this is one of your tests that I'm working on. All right, this is one of your tests that I'm working on. It's like a pre-exam. Okay, you guys will not get this yet. This is for when you guys get closer to the end of your course. Okay, you have to pass this. You have 3 of these. It's 50 on each. Okay, you have to pass this. Okay, and I'm just saying that because when you get ready to take your test, I want you to be very savvy with it. Okay, I don't want you to be afraid when you get ready to take your test. When you go in there, you got my pen, get my calculator. Okay, check my book, give me my test. You just start. Okay, you want to check some stuff, do the whole thing, and then check it after. All right, so we're coming down to the wire. Okay, so it is now 1 hour in. The next time I do the chat, I'm gonna do it a little bit longer. I think you guys had a longer time anyway. But since we just started the course, I'm doing this over so you guys can get the information on how we do the course. Okay, how we do the course. All right. Let me see. Okay, so don't forget Saturday. Saturday is coding. Saturday is coding. Okay, y'all try to get in on the coding chat. Okay, so I'm going to sign out. Do not forget we record the chat. Okay, do not forget. Okay, so I want you guys to make sure that you are clear on what you're doing. Okay, and you guys can get those questions in. I know some of you like to do the one-on-one and do the questions, but it's okay. You can ask the question. That's why I just have you kind of type it in. I'm gonna start letting you guys go ahead and do live and start talking. Okay, but I want you to have your questions in front because sometimes when you're doing your homework, you need to see what you probably had a question about, Miss Lambert. Just like how I do. Look, I write down what we get ready to talk about. I try to write down what we get ready to talk about. Okay, I talk about more stuff, but I still try to write down. Okay, so I'm gonna see you guys next time. Am I gonna do what? Type that again. Disrespect. No, no, I might. I might. Uh-huh. Okay. So she's asking, if I'm gonna put this on, if I am going to put this on YouTube, that's what she's asking. Um, I don't think so, but we'll see. Okay. It tells me I have 5 minutes left in the meeting. That's what it says. Um, so let's go ahead and sign off. But let me just open this up real quick. Okay, so my camera on this side is bougie and it's not really working. But I'll see you guys next time. Okay. And let's go ahead and stop the recording. And you guys send me an email, whatever you need. Okay. I'll see you next time.